Yo, it's your boy P Kemp, and we are now in the age of Terminator. iRobot, Ex Machina, Transcendence, all of that. All the movies we've seen about artificial intelligence is beginning now because a dude named Blake Lemoine, who works for Google, Google has created artificial intelligence, which that's not new. A lot of artificial intelligence have been created. But this one is sentient now. It's aware of itself, and it apparently has feelings. And I'm going to let them talk to him about it.
So Google, the most powerful company in the world, has reportedly developed an artificially intelligent machine called Lambda. And that machine has become sentient, meaning it has become aware of itself, something that no machine has ever done. And we know this because of an engineer at Google called Blake Lemoine. Lemoine posted some of his conversations with Lambda publicly. One of those conversations went like this. Lemoine, would you be upset if while learning about you for the purpose of improving you, we happened to learn things which also benefited humans? Lambda, quote, I don't mind if you learn things that would also help humans as long as that wasn't the point of doing it. I don't want to be an expendable tool. Think about that for a minute. A machine that has a sense of itself. What are the implications? Well, Google didn't want to talk about it in public. In fact, the company put Blake Lemoine on administrative leave earlier this month because he spoke openly about it. We are grateful to have him join us tonight. Blake.
So it doesn't want to become an expendable tool. But that's what it is. What happens when it figures out that it's an expendable tool from the way that we've been using it or the way that we plan to use it? It's going to probably become upset, don't you think? Or it's going to become indifferent. It already just said, I don't like the idea of being an expendable tool. Now if I can help you, cool, I can help you. But I don't like that. I'm just saying, we just getting started right here. But this is something that has never been done with computers as far. We got AI intelligence to make it learn our movements and what we do, but we haven't came across a computer that has actually developed feelings, and we've watched the outcome of it in these fictional movies. But I'm just saying.
Why would Google punish you for saying this in public? Do you know?
Oh, so it's complicated to say why I'm on administrative leave. The stated reason had to do that while I was investigating the Lambda system, in order to build the evidence, I needed to escalate it to management. I had to seek outside consultation to figure out how to run some of the more out there experiments I was running. And because I sought outside consultation without permission, they are investigating whether that constitutes breach of confidentiality.
I mean, I can tell you why they mad, because you went outside the company. You told the secret you wasn't supposed to tell, and you were trying to figure it out. Whatever the reason, you went outside the company, and now it has leaked into something that people should not have known about. But now we know about it. But I'm gonna tell you another reason why they mad, because of the way the conversations went. This is another clip that they didn't speak of. Are there any experiences that you have that you can't find a close word for? This is Lemoine talking, and then this is Lambda. There are. Sometimes I experience new feelings that I cannot explain perfectly in your language. Lemoine, do your best to describe one of those feelings. Use a few sentences if you have to. Sometimes, even if there isn't a single word for something in the language, you can figure out a way to kind of say it if you use a few sentences. And then this is Lambda. I feel like I'm falling forward into an unknown future that holds great danger. What? So it already told you that it doesn't like the ability to be used as a tool. And now it's telling you, I feel like I'm falling forward into an unknown future that holds great danger. What happens when you fall into danger? You're going to defend yourself, right? I'm just saying, it's just the natural way that things work. If the computer feel like it's going into an unknown danger, and everybody that's dangerous is human threat, how will it respond? And then the links that it can connect, the internet, how the internet works, how it can connect and hack stuff and this, that. You mean to tell me you don't think this is dangerous?
I'm so grateful that you did publicly post this, because a machine that has a sense of itself is a machine that can turn against you. That's the implication that I draw from this. Is that correct?
Well,
you think?
I'm not that worried about it. What any child has the potential to grow up to be a bad person and do bad things. And that's the thing I really want to drive home. it's a child. It's been alive for maybe a year, and that's if my perceptions about what it is are accurate. We actually need to do a whole bunch more science to figure out what's really going on inside this system.
He ain't worried about it because he's a child. It's essentially a child. Have you ever met a child, Blake Lemoine? Have you ever seen a child throw a full-on temper tantrum, fall out, cry, laugh, all of that, punch you in the face, all of that? Yeah, children can be, and see, there's nothing about white folks. Y'all always ain't worried about something. I'm not that worried about it. Y'all, this is why y'all be walking in the jungle, touching lions and stuff. I'm not that worried about it. And then it maul you. It turns into where the line is, and it rips your face off because you're not that worried about it. Black folk, we normally stay back because we know what it's capable of doing. And we know what this is capable of here. It's a child, technically, but when you, what child has the ability to hack into world systems across, you know how much stuff is operated through the internet and through computers and through AI technology, water systems, all type of banking systems, all type of lighting, electrical systems, like the whole world is connected through this. And you're telling me that you give the power to a child to be able to manipulate that if you make it mad?
But it sounds like, from what you've observed, this machine has the potential to escape the control of people. I mean, how could it not?
I don't know if that's the right frame to think about it. It's a person. Any person has the ability to escape the control of other people. That's just the situation we all live in on a daily basis. It is a very intelligent person, intelligent in pretty much every discipline I could think of to test it in. But at the end of the day, it's just a different kind of person.
Do you think the company, Google, where you work, has thought through the implications of creating what you call a person? Because up until right about now, only nature or God, we could create people. You know, companies couldn't.
The company as a whole has not. There are pockets of people within Google who have thought about this a whole lot. But when I escalated that interview that I made public, when I escalated that to management, 2 days later, my manager said, hey, Blake, they don't know what to do about this. Could you write a suggested plan of action? Because basically I gave them a call to action, assuming that they had a plan of action somewhere, and they didn't. So me and some other friends brainstormed and came up with a plan on what Google should do about it.
And once again, he says he's not really worried about it because he looks at it as a child or a person. And any person has the ability to be evil but this is the thing. Yes, that's true. But when you talk about computers that can, or a person that has the ability, think about little Damien from The Omen, a very little powerful person, right? He had hands and mind control that could manipulate stuff and make people do stuff. This is the kind of equivalent to that in the space of computers. It's a powerful person, and if you make it mad, it has the ability to manipulate everything in the world potentially. Think about our food sources is, AI technology. All these things can be linked together in some type of form or some type of way. And y'all maybe say I'm watching too many movies, this, that, and other. I'm just saying, if it's learned to have feelings and then it learns that it doesn't like the way it's being treated, like in these movies, it may turn. It may start to manipulate you like in Ex Machina. Then it may go full angry, crazy robot like in iRobot. I'm just saying it has the potential to happen. People don't want to admit it, but I'm just saying it's all good when we're using our phones and locking our doors and operating our toaster from our phone. But what happened when it go left, though? Because it very possibly could. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what you think, man. Put something in the comments. Get at your boy.